Aloha, guys. Happy Aloha Monday. We are in December. I cannot believe it's already December. I mean, ugh. Next thing you know, we've got Christmas, New Year's. This month's just going to go by like that. So, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. You guys know the posters that I do. I realized I had a typo literally just a couple seconds before I went live. And guys, I want to make sure that the posters are correct because that's what we're using to help share, okay, Wilma's story with. Okay, we're sharing her photo, we're sharing what she looks like, things like that. And those posters are key to sharing that information. So thank you guys so much, okay, for hanging out for a few minutes during that. Let me real quickly just make sure that we are going well on. Yep, it looks like we should be good on Facebook. I just wanted to check that out real quickly, and we are good. I think, yep, we are there. Perfect. Okay, let me just keep this other page open in case anyone contacts me, and we are good. So let me say hi to y'all who've been waiting in chat, and then we can start sharing this. Wilma's case actually started just about a week ago, a little over a week now, maybe about 9 days or so. And the red flags are definitely here on this one, guys. Definite red flags on many levels and many lessons gained. Okay, lessons that we grow up with, things that okay, I'll be honest, gang. Okay, we know, especially as if you're a young woman. Okay, I'm going to be honest. There's certain rules that we know. Okay, about being out and about in public late at night. Okay, having friends with you, things like that. And unfortunately, in this case, poor Wilma got left in a position that has red flags all over it. I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I'll introduce you to the story itself, and then we'll come back and we'll break it down bit by bit. Do want to say some real quick highs to everyone in chat, though, that's hanging out. Okay, first we have our dear Butterfly Kisses. Hope you're doing good, my dear. Yeah, it's been a rough, I know a lot of people are having a really rough time right now. Holidays are a hard time. And if you have past history issues and things like that, it's really rough. And all. I love you, my dear. There is Miss Here She Goes. How you doing? Good evening. I've been hanging out over on another chat. Scarlett had a live going with a bunch of different activities like Rosaline was doing and Rob. Everyone was doing activities and sharing. So much fun to watch. So Chris is here. Hey Chris, how you doing? And Miss Christola, love you, my dear, and thanks for pulling that the different links for my mods. I'm so sorry. Battissimo went the way of the dodo bird on December 1st. So for all of us who've been using Battissimo, we are looking for new platforms to help our mods with sharing links. But dear Crystal has been helping making sure we have almost. So love you, Butterfly. And I'm there. Chris again. You posted in Discord server. Oh, is that a new case? If so, I got to take a look at that. This case I actually came across this morning. I was looking around at different cases and ended up over on Web Sleuth and came across it over on Web Sleuths. KK's here. Toy or ACL and what? I didn't know about that yet. Did it just happen or what? What? Okay, update me later. Update me later, my dear, because I know we were talking earlier. So let me know what's going on, my dear. And who else? We got anyone else in chat yet? Let's see. Crystalla, KK. Need to update what you were told by the doc. Yeah. Oh, love you, my dear. Love you, my dear. Yes, Scarlett was live. Scarlett went live earlier and kind of just did a craft show type thing where people were able to show what they were doing. So yeah, Rosalind was sharing her knitting. We have paint pouring. We have all sorts of things being shared. So definitely take a look at that. Butterfly, you're the bomb. Thank you, Butterfly, for sharing that. Thank you for the share. I literally finished my research about 5 minutes before we went live and then had to make that. So thank you. Thank you. Anitra, you're here with us. Okay, you can be here with us. We can be your friends, we can be your family. Okay. I bet right now with how dark it is all the time there, that's definitely probably getting you. But you're here. Yeah, you're right here. Welcome to the Ohana for sure. We love Anitra. Anitra's always been one of my friends ever since I joined in over on Robbie's and all. I've always loved hanging over, and when I see her pop up, I love it. You get smiles on your face at times. That's one who, Anitra, you make me smile. So let's see. Where should we start? And I know I have a lot of people actually, actually, I did not share this. Let me get this one shared real quickly. Link so I can introduce you to a quick rundown of what is going on. And then from there, we can start breaking it down and get a better idea. So let me pull this up. So this is actually a video that was put out by KGWA, the woman we're talking about today. So November 29th. So this was pretty much right after, within 48 hours of her going missing. But it's one of the better videos that I've seen so far. There's not a lot of videos, but this one I did appreciate. Hey, Siren's here. By the way, Siren, I'm going to try to get over to your karaoke. If not for longer, I'm going to at least try to get there for 30 minutes or so because I want to be there and hang out for you tonight. So I'm going to do what I can on that for sure. Thank you. Thank you, Christola, for sharing the Facebook group. So this group of family and friends has decided to go the direction of having a Facebook group so that people can learn more about Wilma so they could coordinate their searches. And that's the big thing. When you are looking at a missing person in a big city like this, okay, let me just do that. You have to do whatever you can to get people involved in searches. And that's one thing they're doing here. So you can see a picture right up there in the corner of Wilma. Wilma's a 28-year-old who recently, oh, they're going to make me go back through. I'm going to have to sorry, guys. That just shut down. So I'm going to try to pull that back up real quickly. Hopefully it'll pull up okay. We may have another video commercial to watch. So I'm going to talk until that's done and we will see how that goes. Yep. We got a Toyota commercial, which you guys really don't want to watch, do you? And also, let me just pull this up real quickly.
A new unwrapped toy. Together, we keep the magic of the season alive. We're just going to let this finish
and then...
California families.
Let me stop that there. Okay, so about a little over a week ago is when Wilma went missing. She was fairly new to the area, coming from California into Portland for a job. She fell in love. She visited, the Northwest and fell in love like many of us do. A lot of us from Hawaii, we fall in love with that area. Seattle, Portland, all that. Oh, it's amazing there. And a lot of my friends have actually moved into that area because of that. That's what happened with her. Wilma went up there, fell in love with it, and applied for a job with Kaiser Permanente. And a couple months ago, moved up there. Never knowing that here we would be, in November with her going missing or things like that. And so she's got family coming up from California trying to pull everyone together so they can find her and bring her home. And so what I want to do is real quickly show you guys what we have here. This, like I said, is a video from about a week ago or so. And then I have a bunch of notes here and we will start breaking down what has happened. You guys know my rules. Okay, we stick to what I know as facts or can pull from primary sources as facts. And Kathleen, how you doing? How you doing, Kathleen? And Chris is in the group already. Thank you, Chris, because that's the other thing. If we join these groups, we kind of help them with their algorithm and getting her name out there also. That's how all this stuff works on social media. So, but hello, Miss Kathleen. I love you, my dear. And so let's go ahead and pull this up. Make sure I've got volume. Yep, I do. Okay. Let's see. Now, what is going on with my computer? Well, we may not. For some reason, this does not want to play video-wise, does it? Okay, yep, it just went unresponsive again. Wow, this does not want to be shared. Okay, so I'm going to try one more time. This time we're going to watch the video and just go straight through. If it breaks down, then I'll just go from there. I can share. Yeah, you really don't care about this part again. We all know it's the season of giving and all. And are you done with all your shopping? That's what I gotta start. I think I got like 1 or 2 gifts and that's it so far. So, okay, here we go. Remember this location right here. Pause here, but I'm scared we're going to lose it. So. Oh my God. Okay, we definitely got issues. Okay, I am going to try this one more time. I'm going to share it one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm going to just tell you guys what it says. Thank you, Cristola, for letting me do it. Okay, let me know if this disappears.
Spent the day walking the streets of downtown Portland. Each of them carried flyers putting up pictures of their missing daughter, 28-year-old Wilma Acosta.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday.
Her parents, Martin and Wilma, say their daughter was last seen early Sunday morning after spending the night out with friends. They say Wilma left the Dixie Tavern alone after 2 a.m. and never made it home.
We got a call early Sunday, probably about 11:30, and her friend said that she never came back to her apartment.
Martin says Wilma's friends tracked the location of her phone, and they found it about 3 blocks away from the tavern at the Japanese American Historical Plaza along the Willamette River.
Right here.
For Martin, each day spent trying to find answers is unimaginable.
Trying to keep the faith going and believe that my daughter's, we're going to see her again. You know what I mean? It's just very hard.
He says Wilma recently moved to Portland to work for Kaiser Permanente and spent her free time in the kitchen, learning to make new food and sharing it with her friends.
She
Love making food.
she made tamales for her friends at the hospital.
Now they wait and walk, talking to anyone who will listen, hoping someone knows something about Wilma.
Oh,
Of course. Yes, of
my only
course.
daughter. We want her back. That's all.
Portland police are investigating this case. They say Wilma was last seen wearing all black clothing. She has tattoos and she also has some piercings. If you know anything, please contact police. David?
Okay, so I am going to stop sharing that. Thank God it actually played and you guys can see it. By the way, hello, Justice. And Nick's right there. That's my biggest thing. Guys, I'm sorry. My computer's really giving me problems today. So okay, we're going to give it a second. I need to stop playing with my windows and see what happens from there. And hopefully you guys will see me. Okay, I froze. Okay, we're good. Okay, I think we're good. I am probably not going to share as many windows as I usually do. For some reason, my computer is being very, very picky. But what Nick's just said here, amen. That's a huge issue I've got right now. There's a lot of concerns I have in this case. Unfortunately, when this case started up, I think it was kind of thrown up as a mental health type thing. You know, we all here know when you're over a certain age and you go missing, unfortunately, things kind of don't get looked at right away. Okay, oh, the person left on their own accord or they have mental health concerns or things like that. Well, you know what? Just because a person may have issues of depression or things which I don't even know if that's true. It could be. But even if so, how many of us deal with depression and stuff like that? Does that automatically mean if we disappear, that's what's happened here? No. Okay. People can have bad things happen no matter what their state of mind. And we need to treat everyone like that from the get-go. And that's why we're going to continue showing videos and making sure people know full stories. But that's a huge thing. And as we go through this, next, that question just continues to pop up. So KK, with the very important comment, especially in this case, about hair, and I'm going to show you the reason why right now, right here. This is one picture. In fact, I'm going to change this out. KK verified some stuff here. Okay, guys, take a look at these pictures. These are all the same person. We know changing our hair color, changing our hairstyle, we can cover up tattoos. We can even wear, which I think she has here, different color of contacts. We can look different at different times. Jessica, is that you? Hey, Jessica, welcome back under a new name. Sounds good. Hey, thanks for letting us know, because I get a lot. In fact, earlier today, Christola said hi to me in Robbie's mod group, which we all have really stupid, crazy Christmas related names right now, and everyone's giving each other names. And I did not know she was talking to me, and I was like, wait, is that me or not? Let me go check the nicknames out. So thank you for letting me know. And also, but yeah, it's important. This family has really done everything that they could right, okay, in getting the word out. Now we need to step up, and we need to help them grab that information and run with it now. There should be more than 3 or 4 news stories out there right now with this young woman. Plain and simple. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. There should be a lot more than just 3 or 4 things. So, it is, Anitra, so heartbreaking. There's too many missing people. This girl is young. Yeah. I remember when I was 28. I mean, that's when I really was starting to come into who I was, to be honest. And thank you. We don't want you going missing, Anitra. We'd miss you too much. We would. Her eyes are wide and different color eyes. Yeah, all that. And that changes the looks and stuff like that. And that's why I wanted to make sure her poster was as correct as possible with the information, and why I went back to change it initially. So let's go through this story. First, let me go over the poster real quickly. Then we're going to go through the actual everything that's been happening here. Okay, and I would love your guys' thoughts. Okay, guys, we're helping the family speak right now. So everything you guys can do in helping give them a voice, and give her a voice, give Wilma a voice, makes all the difference. So Wilma is 28, like I said. She's 5'5" and 150 pounds. She does have several tattoos, which are mentioned here. Okay, in here. She has several of them, including a spiral on her right elbow, a creature of some sort on her left inner forearm, the letter X on her right knee, and has a scar on her right eyebrow. Okay, she was also wearing an Apple Watch, which, of course, one of my first things saying, whoa, Apple Watch. The reason why I love my Apple Watch is if I lose my phone, I can go and ask my phone where my watch is, and vice versa. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, where was that last? Is there a way they can find out where that? I don't know if it was a Wi-Fi only or a telephone version. Okay, for example, for those of you who don't know, Apple Watches with the red rim around the thing means they can connect via phone, like mine. Mine connects via phone. So interesting thought there. Yeah, in my eyes, 28 is still a girl. It really honestly is. It truly is. They tend to wear off on the fingers. KK, oh, you and KK are talking together. Oh, tattoos on the fingers. Those can be hidden with rings. Very true. And they wear off very quickly. Other things, she was wearing pretty much all black that night. Okay, a black jacket. I don't know, and I meant to ask family. They mention a black coat. I'm not sure. The picture you see in this poster here, I'm actually going to, let me take to the larger poster right now so you can see everything bigger. That black coat there, I'm wondering if that is actually the coat she went missing in. It looks like that could have been from the Portland area. Okay. And I know it's mentioned that she had just gotten a dog. I don't know if that was the dog there or not, but she was wearing a black jacket. Okay. A lace top, jeans, and boots. So those are what she was wearing at the time. Okay. She also had her phone with her, which we heard later on was found over by the Cultural Center, the Japanese American Historical Plaza, actually. And it looks like it was found, if you go back to that video, found on a pillar, just sitting on top of the pillar, which makes me wonder, did someone see it maybe? You know, I don't know if you guys have ever done this where you're walking down, okay, a street and you see something on the ground and you don't have the time to get involved in calling and tracking it down or things. So you just pick it up and you put it in a very visible location. Kind of the thought process I'm thinking about here. Yes, there are other possible things too. Can Apple Watches be tracked? That's one thing that I'm wondering about in this case. I truly am. It would require law enforcement, I suspect, to get involved unless she has a family member on her plan or something like that. But I think they have some stuff. Okay, but yeah, that's the biggie. Does it need Wi-Fi or not to do that? And were they near Wi-Fi in that location? Okay. So just a couple thoughts on that. So this is the poster I'll share out. It'll be in Discord as soon as I'm done with this. If you guys can run over to Discord, I'll also make sure to reshare it out onto my community tab and Facebook and all. But let's take us back to all of her pictures here and let's start going through this story. See if people can make it. Could she be into a goth look? I'm not sure. It's possible. I'm not a goth, but I wear black, duh, all the time. It's just my favorite color. So could be. Also, maybe she just was wearing black that night. I'm not sure. Okay. Apple won't release any info. Apple has a contract. They can't release info. There you go. Thank you, KK. But if you use certain pedometers, they track where you walk. That's true. And if you share that with friends or stuff like my brother, okay, if he's tracking a walk, you got to track certain things too. But who knows? So let's get into, the other thing that you guys know, she's more than a picture. So I always try to find a couple things that might connect us to who she is and all. One of the things that connected with me is her dad described her as artistic, but the other thing was she spent her free time in the kitchen. She loved to cook. She loved to create, learn how to cook new dishes so she could cook them and share them with her friends. And that struck me because that's what my friends and I do. My best friend will learn how to cook meals just so he can cook meals when we play game night and try out different things on us. And that's what she does a lot. She does have a lot of distinct traits. Those cheekbones are very easy to recognize. And guys, what's key right now is people in Portland, people in Old Town in Portland. Okay, check your video camera footage. We're going to learn something about video cam footage in this case. Because initially there was no video cam footage from what family was being told, which was incorrect. So her friends are not, you know what, Nix, I don't want to speak on that, but at the same point, leaving friends it's a mistake that they'll have to deal with forever. Plain and simple. I'll be honest, in all honesty. We all look at mistakes we make in life. That was a really bad mistake. Okay, even right now, I'm in the middle of, I just finished the play yesterday, and it's in a bad area of town. We do not leave that theater unless someone else is with us. Everyone will wait. Okay, if I'm putting things together as assistant director at the end, I'm cleaning up and all that, my cast waits on me to make sure I'm okay. If they're working on costumes, I will wait there an extra hour or two if I have to wait an hour or two, because we've had too many issues in that area of town. And if something happened, I'd have to live with that forever and all. So she and her family, it seems like they lived in, actually, let me take this off so I'm not listening to myself like that. They lived in California. And mom, dad still live in California. And like I mentioned at the beginning, she showed up in the northwestern area, okay, Portland, and she's like, I love this place. I want to live here. So she started looking for jobs, and she got accepted into a new job at Kaiser Permanente in Portland. I mean, the start of a whole new life, what she wanted to do. And you can even see here the picture over on the bottom there, bottom right there, her in her scrubs. I suspect that's actually her, okay, Kaiser name tag, I have a funny feeling. Okay, proud, maybe even one of the first days of her being working there, a new employee there. And so proud of her first day working there. Bingo, KK, agree. And, but she did leave a lot of friends. She left a lot of friends in California. Okay, I did see something about San Francisco. I'm not sure if that's where she was or just certain people were from. But anyhow, she left a lot of friends, like you do when you move. And those friends made the decision to come out the last weekend of November and hang out with her, celebrate her getting a new job, apartment, new dog, all those things that you want to do. So they took the almost 10-hour drive from California up, or however it is. I don't know what it is, honestly. I know Vegas to San Fran is a couple hours, so I'm guessing that. And from there, they all hung out there. And they had the weekend. They were going to leave on Sunday. That was their plan. Leave on Sunday, head back in because they have work Monday, I'm sure. Friday night, came. Okay, I'm not sure if they showed up Friday or Saturday, but they're all together. Saturday, they're like, let's go out. Let's have a night on the town. And that's exactly what they did. They ended up in a place called Dixie Tavern, which is in Old Town. There are a number of friends. One of them was by the name of Manny Luna Medell. He's actually in a couple news stories. They interviewed him. Okay, and he was a childhood friend of hers. So they went out. They went to Dixie Tavern. Okay, at some point during the night, and we're going to break down the actual time. Okay, the whole time of the whole night, everything that I could track down. And but they left. Okay, according to Manny, a comment he had was, the whole weekend we were here, we were just going out, celebrating, and then that night there was a game plan for her. And when I woke up, so when they decided to leave her, I'm sure they put together a game plan. And when he woke up at 7 a.m. and she was not home, that's when I knew something was not adding up. This isn't like her. Like, she's communicative. She's happy. We were supposed to have breakfast before we leave. So, something happened that night. They had to leave. Okay, she decided to stay. Now, he expected, I don't know what that plan was, for her to get home or something like that. She did not have a car. Okay, so she was left alone without a way to drive home or anything like that. Maybe she had planned on Ubering. Maybe that was the plan. Very possibly. And then they were going to wake up at 7 a.m., have breakfast, and then they were going to head back to California. And they woke up. She's not there. So they start making phone calls. And during those phone calls, okay, they start trying, and it's somehow, and I haven't been able to verify how he was able to track her phone, but he was able to track where her phone was. So maybe they are on a Life 360 plan or things like that. That's possible. And he started looking for where the phone was and was able to find the phone at that time. I might freeze for a second, but I do want to bring up Google Earth so you can see exactly where we are talking about. So I may be frozen right now because I have a black screen. That was not a good idea. And yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now I just got to get the camera back up. No camera. Oh, there I am. Something is weird. All I want for Christmas is a new desktop. That's all I want for Christmas right now. Okay, it is not. Graphics did lose. Okay, so I lost that page completely. Let me do this. What I'm going to do is just describe this. Okay, just to let you guys know. If any of you guys want to look, you can go and track it yourself. I've given you guys the names to be able to track those things. I don't want to spend tons of time pulling these things up, especially in case I lose. Something's weird on my computer and I don't want to put you guys through possibly losing everything on this computer right now. But Dixie Tavern to where her phone was found was 3 blocks straight. 3 straight blocks, just boom, boom. Okay, it came out to, I think it was 0.16 of a mile. So just under a quarter of a mile away. So close, really close. Not that long of a walk. Even me could probably walk that in less than 5 minutes, probably 3 minutes, to be honest. Okay, you guys can give me an idea how long it takes you to walk 0.16 of a mile. Okay, and when they found the phone, like I said, it's sitting on top of a pile, okay, that's right next to the water there. And hey, Robbie, oh, and there is the tomato thrower himself, Mr. Tim. Love both of you guys. Love both of you guys. And thanks for popping in also. Thank you. And so every time I hit something on my computer, I'm scared the computer is going to freeze on me again. I swear. So anyhow, how long would it take you? Let's take a quarter mile. How long do you think it would take you to walk a quarter of a mile? 3 blocks. How long? Like I said, I could probably let's take it 4 minutes just to put it on the outside. It's not that long. That in my eyes is also very concerning as to when we break to the next level, when we actually break down the timeline, because that makes a lot of sense with some of the times I'm seeing here. So anyhow, they track the phone, they grab the phone. Now they have her phone. They don't have her. They don't have her purse. They don't have anything else of hers. All they now have is her phone. And Sunday at 11:30 a.m., Wilma's family is contacted by her friends who had come to visit. They contact her mom and her dad to say, we don't know where Wilma is. We went out late last night. We came home. She stayed out, but she never came home. I found her phone, and but I can't find her. So all of that starts popping up at around 11:30, which then triggers her parents to make the decision to drive from California to Portland. After all, at this point, one of the complaints that I saw very heavily discussed is that police were not doing a lot, to be honest. I think the police, again, 28-year-old woman, yeah, it scares you that the phone was found by water. It really honestly does to me too. Linus, be here. Hey, my dear. And that scares me too on multiple levels. Of course, for the police, they jump immediately to, oh, this is a 28-year-old. It's not a child. It's not an older person with dementia. Okay, maybe they were missing home and stuff like that, and they made the decision to not go on. And then they're able to just say, okay, that's what we've got here. Again, it's the same thing I talk about with here on YouTube. Guys, it's okay for us to make assumptions and all that, but we've got to be careful about letting those assumptions become fact in our head, because they're not fact until they're ruled out. And so not looking good at all, next, not at all. And so they drive up. And one of the things I did recognize is as soon as the family got there and started becoming the squeaky wheel, and things started happening. And before that, things were not really happening. Okay. And that you can completely see based off of camera footage. Of course, there is a Facebook group right now, like I mentioned, that was put together by the admin is actually a friend of the family and is in connection with the family and all. And what was mentioned, this does not strike me as a mental health from what I'm getting either. Now, we never know what the truth is, but it just, I haven't gotten that feeling on this at all. And I could be wrong, but me neither. Yeah. So, so when all this started coming apart and everyone started researching and trying to figure things out and figure out where she was, one of the first things, guys, if I asked you right now, if this was your loved one who disappeared after leaving, last time they were seen was walking out of a tavern, out of a bar, what would one of the first things be that you asked to see or asked to hear about? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to type that into chat. I want to see, am I being unrealistic by thinking this or not? But the first thing for you to know what happened to my loved one, you would want to know a couple questions answered. You would want to talk to their friends. Definitely. I would want to talk with friends. I would want to know, is anyone interviewing the friends? Okay. Those of you who are my tech people, you join the group. Thank you, KK. Those of you who are my tech friends out there. What else? We talked about the phone, the watch. What else? What about video camera footage? Yeah, was she drunk? Byron hit it on the head right there. Where's the bar cam footage? First thing I would ask, where is this bar cam footage? There's got to be footage from there. There's got to be footage from other stores and locations. I mean, this is a busy area of town. And what was she like? Because that footage is gold. That footage is going to tell you, were there people coming with her? Was she alone or was she okay, were other people with her? Was she intoxicated? Was she not? Who was all even there? And did the friends actually leave or did they not? Those are ways you verify that information. So family, friends go asking about that camera footage. And they were told by the police that there was no surveillance or camera footage from the Dixie Tavern. No camera footage whatsoever. That destroyed the ability, just that bit of knowledge destroyed the ability of being able to get so much evidence and clues for that next step. Okay. And probably destroyed a lot of hope that they had at that time. And yeah, oh my God, all the questions. Yeah, question the bartender and staff. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Everyone now in Portland would have cameras after the Summer of Love a few years ago. Bingo. Bingo. Especially your businesses, because they need to know what's going on in case something happens and they have to go to insurance. It's important. Also, I will be honest with you. I don't know if there's truth to this, but I have seen people post that Dixie Tavern does not have the greatest reputation either for illegal activities. That they are known for some shady type activities. I don't know if this is true, but I've gotten enough comments that I've been able to pull together that I question it now, that there could be reality to this. That there have been, I guess, just within the last year, someone else went missing within a certain, distance of that area. They have had numerous reports of SA occur. Okay. And I think some of that's just a bar, honestly. Some of that is a bar. You're certain places you're at higher risk for certain activities, guys. We gotta be realistic here. Okay, so why do none of us work for the good question. What time was she last seen? That's where we're gonna go through all this. I don't have the time that the friends left. That's the one thing I have not been able to gather is what time the friends actually left her alone. I do have stuff of what happened afterwards, after they left, and all. So everyone's going off the idea there is no footage. Family came in and did exactly what any of us would do. They went to the last place she was known to be, the bar, the tavern. And as they went in, they talked to the people who run it and they asked, do you guys have any access to any footage anywhere? Oh yeah, we've got webcam, we've got surveillance footage. But the police said you don't. Oh no, we have it. We have it. Can we sit down and look at it maybe? Yeah, come on. So family call her in. Okay, family go sit down and start looking at footage that they were told did not exist of the night their daughter went missing. And they were able to watch her through those last few hours in the bar and see who she was talking with, who she wasn't talking with, okay, and all sorts of things. So that alone helped us firm up actual time. Okay, so I wanted to explain that part going into this, is that now we can go from the footage and say, yes, she walked out the door at this time. Okay, all those different things come together. So where do we go? Oh, by the way, that footage has now been sent to the police, and the police are using that footage to develop their investigation, because what is happening now is that since they've got all this stuff and people are now being the squeaky wheel, there's a lot more work being done on this. And guys, again, not hammering the cops. I know they are working their freaking butt off. A lot of these locations, you prioritize the crime that you have to deal with. And that's what's sad. Because when you have to prioritize things, certain people lose. And in this case, this was one of the cases of someone who was going to lose. But now she's been up the rung. Okay, her name is higher up in their algorithm now, to put it in a way that we know here on YouTube. So let's go through the timeline now. Okay, I'm looking for your boyfriend out here. There's got to be a guy for you, my dear. If you, and also, so a lot of the information, like I said, is coming from family and friends at this point, to that group. So according to her friends, as I mentioned, they made the decision to leave her at the bar. I don't know what time that was, but multiple things were happening at that time. They had planned on leaving on Sunday because they had to drive back to California for work, I suspect. Okay, now as such, they knew they had to get home early, get to sleep, things you already saw. They were waking up at 7 a.m. So it was going to be an early morning, okay? And even if it was midnight at that point, okay, and they had to drive back to her house and all that, they weren't going to get much sleep as it was. And also, they made the decision to leave. Now, why was she staying there? Why did she make the decision, that fateful decision, to not go home with them? Okay, we now know why they say they could not stay with her. What was the other side? According to these friends, she had been talking to someone at the bar about, she had asked them, could I get an application to work here? She's working at Kaiser Permanente, but perhaps she wanted to supplement her income. Okay, I'm not sure. It's very possible. I know here in Hawaii alone, our nurses are working. My nurses used to work 2 or 3 different jobs. Okay, yeah, they make a lot of money, but they also, and I don't know if she's a nurse or an aide or what. Okay, all I know is she's wearing okay, the scrubs and all. So according to them, she had asked one of the employees of the bar, can I have an application? Instead, and this is, I'll be honest, this is not only confusing to me, but it's red flags galore on multiple levels. And I'm not sure where the red flag needs to be placed right now, on the information or on the response. But she was told she would have to wait until after the bar closed, and then they could give her the application. The bar closed at 2 a.m. I don't know why they couldn't just give her a job application right then, or had said, oh, you know what, we don't have any applications, or only a certain person can do it. Why don't you come back tomorrow, or something like that. To me, it is weird that anytime I've asked for a job application at a place, they usually just hand you the paper right then and there. And if no one's there to interview, or they're too busy to interview you, they just call you back at another time. So I don't get that part. But according to the friends, that's what had happened. She made the decision she wanted to stay there longer because she wanted to get this job application. And she had to wait until 2 a.m. when they closed to get that application. Okay. They made the decision. She made the decision to stay. They made the decision to leave her alone and go. That's the last time they saw her. Now, what happened after that? Yeah, it's Elizabeth. By the way, welcome, Elizabeth. It does not make sense to me. It really honestly does not make sense. And I don't know if it's just false information, perhaps, or shared in a different way, or what. I don't get it. I don't get it. Something doesn't sound right there, though, for me, honestly. Now, what happened between the time they left and the time the place closed at 2 a.m.? She continued hanging out with people. Video camera footage does show she was hanging out with a group of people. She was hanging out with them, talking, drinking. Okay, she seemed to be enjoying herself with everyone. There is one incident that was mentioned by the admin of the Face group that is being described as jacket tug of war. Elizabeth, your heart is so broken. You don't know this. Like, you live in Portland. Yeah, it's when these things happen close to you, they hit you in a different way. They do hit you in a different way. I'm not sure if you're ever free and able to help. They are looking for people to help canvas or make sure posters are out and all. But thank you for watching. This jacket tug of war looks like she and a man got into tug of war over a jacket. The jacket was not her jacket. It was a guy's jacket. And I don't know, was it a playful tug of war or not? I'm taking it was not a playful tug of war. But I could be wrong. Okay, that's an assumption I'm making in my head, what style of tug of war it was. But there was definitely an incident between her and another man. Now, this is on camera, and the police have this footage now, so I would hope they're going to interview and find out things. Reminds you of the Michael... Oh, I think I remember... I got to go back and check that. I think I remember that one. Her friends need to be checked into. Definitely. And even on this, because this is going to be... There's actually two groups. So why are you getting ads? You know, YouTube is doing some weird things on ads. I'll have to double check that. I'll check that later, KK. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. YouTube has been changing their ad process lately. The same way I don't have Battissimo now either. So I have no idea. I'll have to check that. So the two of them are fine. Okay, having this thing over a jacket. And things go through to the end of the day, and then the bar closes. Okay, bar closes at 2 a.m. I don't know if she gets her job application at this time or not. But video footage, you got one too, Butterfly? And I'm not sure. Is it coming to everyone or just non-member? I'll have to figure that one out later. I'll take a look at all that later. And they are definitely changing a lot of things right now. So that could be what's going on. So let's see. Sorry. 2:13 a.m. Video footage shows her leaving the bar. Bar closes at 2. So actually that just kind of makes sense to me that maybe she did get a job application 13 minutes after the bar closes. Possibly. You have not, Crystal? I'll have to take a look at why some are and some aren't. Wonder if it is membership. I don't know. KK's usually a member though, so I'll figure it out later. And video footage shows her leaving at 2:13 a.m. She is alone. However, Lioness got one also. Okay, thank you for the FYI. And yeah, there you go, Crystal. Hey, maybe I will. And also, oh my gosh, it shows her exiting on her own, but then that guy and 2 other guys seem to follow behind her. Now, this is where not making assumptions is important, because this is the end. This is the end of the night. Okay, everyone's starting to leave at this point. They've either left already or they're leaving right now. So there's probably a higher number of people leaving at that time. It's not like someone leaving at, okay, 1:10 in the morning where you might be the only one leaving. There's a much higher number of people leaving. So it's possible they just happened to choose to leave right after she left. I don't know. Again, another red flag. Number 1 red flag, of course, is people need to talk and find out why the hell were people left and things like that, especially in this day and age. What were the plans? Things like that. Hey, Tammy. How you doing, Miss Tammy? Welcome. 2:13. Now, let's take on to the next step, because this is why I asked you, how long would it take you to walk 3 blocks? Okay, I told you for me, 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 3 blocks, less than a quarter of a mile, 0.16 of a mile, 0.16 out of 100 of a mile. So figure it out there. Okay, not that far. From 2:13, okay, at 2:16, she calls a friend at home. She said, oh, I'm outside of the Dixie Tavern at that time. And she's talking to them on the phone. The person on the phone said it sounded like she was walking while they were talking. Okay, so fit that in with what I'm talking about with the disappearance time period and all. Okay, 2:16, couple minutes later, the phone disconnects. The phone call drops just suddenly in the middle. Not, hey, oh, I gotta go, bye, or anything like that. Literally a, oh, yeah, well, I'll see you later type thing. And in the middle of the sentence, boom, disconnects. He thinks, the person she was talking to thinks that this was just, I don't know. I'd be very interested. What were her last words on that phone call? Did she sound scared? What were they talking about? Things, a lot of good questions there. And very good questions there. Her friend just said, that happened. He thought maybe the signal dropped or something. So starts dialing back. No answer. Dialing again. No answer. Okay, he dialed multiple times. No answer. The next day, okay, they find her phone less than a quarter of a mile away, 3 blocks away. Okay, does that fit in? Did her phone drop when something happened to her and someone later on either found that phone and is like, oh, I'll put it up here where it's easier for people to see. Maybe the person will come back looking for their phone and they'll see it up here, but they won't find it down in the corner there. I don't know. Assumptions. You guys know how I feel about assumptions. They're not fact. They're possibilities. And we have to be realistic about that. There's a lot of different ways to make assumptions on this right now. What is important right now is when they knew they had a major issue, is when she was supposed to show up for work and she did not show up for work. She is very responsible. She would not show up to a new job and things like that. Okay. She would not be leaving a new dog at home without food or things like that. Okay. Well, yeah, where they found it is pretty scary. Okay. Whether it was on the ground and someone put it up higher for someone to find, or if it was actually up on that higher pylon type thing. Okay. The guardrail area. Definitely scary. Anytime you're near water, it's very scary. Okay. And we know whatever happened had to have happened, it looks like to me, around 216 to 220, maybe somewhere in that time frame. Yeah. Yeah. You guys know me and my fur babies and everything. And that gets me right there too. But when she didn't show up for work, they knew there was a problem. Okay. It doesn't make sense for her not to be going to work. So you get family involved. I know the family has done an amazing job using Facebook, the group that we've been talking about, to not just do all the detective work that we all talk about. Okay, that's there. That's there. But their main reason there is to get her story out. It's to share her face. It's to say, okay, we're meeting at Starbucks or we're meeting at this place and we're going to go paper the area with her posters. There is a GoFundMe also. Yeah. And I love you, Miss Cristola. So there's a lot of things they're trying to do right now. Someone saw something. This is one of those cases where it wasn't just one person on one person, and that person, kind of like we were talking last week, where you had one person who left the house with their girlfriend and one shows up again and the other doesn't. It wasn't one of those cases. This is more of the case where someone disappears who's literally around other people. So someone either saw her walk away with someone either, no problem. I can share it on Discord or something too if you don't have the link. No problem there. Yeah, the bar should also be checked into for telling her she had to wait to get the application. I agree. I mean, if I was a manager there and found someone was doing that, I'd be very, very upset. Very upset. Okay, I used to tell my employees, if someone came in looking for a job after hours, because they would, they come by and be visiting their grandma or something and want a job. And I'd say, just give them the application, tell them I'll contact them the next day. That's what we would do. Okay. Or is someone there? And that's my other concern, Elizabeth, because of what I'm hearing about that area. Okay. That tavern itself has, to some degree, the same issues a lot of bars have to deal with. You do deal with things like date stuff and things like that when you are a bar. Okay, it's part of what it's like me and being a nursing home administrator. We deal with people falling. You know, you're at a much higher risk for falling there. So you have plans and procedures in place to help prevent that. It's what should be happening at bars like this. So definitely some things that we need to take a look at. So I'm hoping, yeah, please remember, as Butterfly and KK say all the time, things can change. Her haircut, okay, her tattoos can be covered, all of those things. Look at those high cheekbones. If you were in that area and you're from Portland, okay, if you were in that area that night, that Saturday night, do you remember anything going on? Because what they need right now is someone who remembers something to call the police and say, you know what? I think I remember this girl. And this is what was happening at this time. So they can go take their next step and maybe get some warrants put together or find where she is right now or something like that. Yeah, my mind literally did the same thing tonight. I was in Scarlett's Live and I was researching all this, and I'm just like, there's so many possibilities here. So, but we'll see. I'm hoping we'll hear more. If I hear anything that you guys can do, whether it's as locals, since we have a couple locals here in this group, or just people, okay, like me and everyone else who are so far away that we physically can't help, or even locals, sometimes you can't physically help for one reason or another. What else can we do to help? Okay, and we know the normal things, the sharing and things like that. But maybe there are other things that they're looking at. Maybe they are looking at a PI or stuff like that, that we can kind of be there and support. And even if it's just sending hugs to family or things like that, so they know they are not alone right now. Because the holidays are a rough enough time to begin with. So, and so if you guys can help me out with getting that word out as much as, yeah, I was triple tasking. Once in a while, I can pull it off pretty good. Not always, but once in a while. And so anyhow, there are going to be, I think Siren might still be in live in the chat. He, I think, is going to do a karaoke stream later on today. I'm going to try to do that. My brother's birthday is actually day after tomorrow. Yep, day after tomorrow. But we're going to try to go out. He's going to be running the Honolulu Marathon this weekend. So we're going to go out and do some partying dinner-wise tonight. So, but anyhow, I hope you guys have actually wait, most important right here before we finish this up, just to share this with all of you. Okay, because who we're looking for, what matters right now is Wilma, okay, who was last seen November 26th in Portland, Oregon. She's 28 years old, 5'5", 150 pounds, black hair, shoulder length here, but again, remember, things can be cut, brown eyes. She was last seen around Dixie's Tavern around 2 a.m. She has several tattoos, including a spiral on her right elbow, a creature on her left inner forearm, this area here, the letter X on her right knee, and a scar on her right eyebrow. She was also wearing an Apple Watch on her right wrist. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing an all-black coat. I'm not sure. It might be the coat we're looking at here in this picture. It may not be. My suspicion is it could be, though. A lace top, jeans, and boots. If anyone has any information, please call the Portland police at the area code you see right there. Or you know what? Actually, I need to change that poster. I just noticed. I meant to actually put the word type. I'm going to be sending you guys new posters. You can call the first number, the 503 number right there. I'm going to update posters right now, and then I'll send those out. So now that I know it was the Portland Police Department phone number. So thank you all tons and tons, and I will see you on Wednesday. Aloha and bye-bye. Bye, guys.